The stars glittered above the quiet desert where a giant telescope hummed softly. Inside the observatory, Emma adjusted her glasses and stared at her computer screen. She was a young scientist, always curious about the universe. Her team worked late, scanning the sky for signals. Tonight felt different. The air was heavy, and the machines beeped louder than usual. "Got something weird," said Tom, her coworker, pointing at a blinking signal on his monitor. Emma leaned over. The signal was a steady pulse, not like anything from stars or planets. It came from deep space, far beyond the solar system. "Could be a glitch," Tom muttered, but Emma's heart raced. She didn't think it was a glitch. For hours, Emma worked to decode the signal. Lines of code filled her screen as she typed fast. By dawn, she froze. The signal wasn't random. It was a message. Words appeared in her translation program. "We come. Your world is ours." A chill ran down her spine. Aliens. Real aliens. And they weren't friendly. Emma rushed to tell her boss, Dr. Harris. He caught the government immediately. Within hours, news of the signal spread worldwide. People crowded around TVs and phones, watching reports of the strange message. Panic grew. Some thought it was a hoax, but Emma knew better. The signal was too clear, too precise. In a crowded city, far from the observatory, Jack stood in a military base. He was a tough commander with gray hair and scars from old battles. His phone buzzed with urgent orders. Report to the capital. Jack had seen wars, but nothing like this. Aliens? He didn't believe it at first. The evidence was hard to ignore. He packed his bag and boarded a jet. At the Capitol, world leaders gathered in a huge meeting room. Presidents, prime ministers, and generals argued loudly. Some wanted to hide, others wanted to fight. Jack stood quietly, watching the chaos. Then, a scientist was called in, Emma. She walked to the front, nervous but steady. Her slides showed the signal's origin, far beyond Pluto. She explained the message. An alien armada was coming to take Earth. "How long do we have?" asked the general. "Maybe weeks," Emma said. "The signal's getting stronger. They're close." The room went silent. Jack stepped forward. "We need a plan," he said, his voice calm but firm. The leaders agreed to make him head of Earth's defense. Jack wasn't sure he could lead against aliens, but he'd fought impossible odds before. He accepted the job. Emma and Jack met after the meeting. She was young, full of ideas. He was old, full of experience. "You really think we can stop them?" Emma asked. "We have to try," Jack replied. "Show me everything you know about these aliens." They worked late into the night. Emma shared her data. The aliens' ships were fast, their technology advanced. Jack studied maps of Earth's defenses, jets, missiles, and satellites. It wasn't enough, but it was a start. He sent orders to every military base, prepare for war. Days passed, and the world changed. Cities grew tense, people stocked food and built shelters. News channels showed blurry images of strange objects in space, caught by telescopes. The aliens revealed, and they were coming closer. Emma stayed at her observatory, tracking the Armada's path. Each night, the signals grew louder, like a drumbeat of doom. One evening, Emma called Jack. She said, "They're here," and her voice was shaking. Jack rushed to command center with huge screens. Satellites showed small, sleek ships entering Earth's orbit. They glowed faintly, moving like predators. Crowds gathered outside, staring at the sky. Tiny lights blinked among the stars, alien scout ships. Jed stood on a balcony watching the lights. His radio crackled with reports. The scouts were scanning the Earth, testing defenses. A Firegen, they fired at one, but the alien ship dodged easily and vanished. Jack clenched his fists. This wasn't a fight humans knew how to win. Back at the observatory, Emma worked with her team to learn more about the aliens. She found patterns in the signals, clues about their ship. They're organized, she told Jack over a secure line, like an army, but we can learn from them. He nodded. Though he felt the weight of the world, he said, keep digging. We need every advantage. That night, the world held its breath. Cities went dark to avoid detection. Families huddled in homes, whispering prayers. Emma stayed at her telescope, fixed on the sky. Jack stood in a command center with huge screens. Both knew the truth. Humanity was outmatched, but they wouldn't give up. As the sun rose, a new signal came. Emma decoded it in red, surrender or burn. The aliens weren't hiding anymore. Their scout ships circled Earth, silent and deadly. Jack called every leader, every soldier, every scientist. He said, we fight. This is our home. Emma looked at the stars, now filled with danger. Jack gripped his radio, ready to lead. The war for Earth had begun. The alien scout ships hovered in Earth's orbit, their dark shapes casting fear across the globe. Cities stayed quiet, lights dimmed as people hid from the threat above. In the capital, Jack stood in a war room filled with screens and maps. Generals and leaders shouted over each other, their voices loud with worry. Some wanted to attack the aliens now, others thought surrender was safer. Jack rubbed his tired eyes. He knew fighting alone would fail. Emma arrived at the war room, her laptop full of new data. She showed Jack and the leaders what she'd found. The alien ships moved in patterns like a swarm of bees. Their technology was far better than Earth's. Faster ships, stronger shields. We can't win alone, Emma said. Every country must work together. A general from a big country laughed. You're just a scientist. What do you know about war? Emma's face turned red, but she stood tall. I know we'll lose if we don't share what we have. Jack nodded. She's right. We need one plan, one army. He looked at the leaders. Stop arguing. Start planning. But it wasn't easy. Some countries didn't trust each other. Old fights and grudges made them stubborn. One leader wanted to hide their best weapons. Another refused to send soldiers. Jack slammed his fist on the table. The aliens don't care about your borders. They'll destroy us all. Meanwhile, in a small city, a young engineer named Liam worked in a noisy lab. He was smart, always building new machines. When he heard about the alien signals, he started studying Emma's data, shared through secure channels. Liam had an idea. Use the aliens' own technology against them. He built a prototype weapon, a laser that could disrupt alien shields. It wasn't perfect, but it was a start. He sent a message to Jack. Test this, it might help. Jack read Liam's message and called him to the capital. When Liam arrived, he was nervous, surrounded by soldiers and leaders. He showed him his laser, a sick device that hummed with power. It's not strong enough yet, but give me time. Emma worked with Liam, combining her signal data with his designs. They stayed up all night tweaking the weapon. Emma found a weak spot in the alien signals, a frequency that might jam their systems. If we hit that, he said, their ships could slow down. While they worked, the aliens struck. A small fleet of scout ships attacked the coastal city. Their beams lit up the night, turning buildings to rubble. Fighter jets scrambled, but the alien ships were too fast. Missiles missed, and dozens of planes were lost. News spread and panic grew. People fled cities, clogging roads with cars. Jack watched the attack on the screen, his jaw tight. He called Evie in the ear again. This is what happens if we don't unite. But one country, proud and stubborn, decided to fight alone. They launched their best missiles at the alien scouts. For a moment, it looked like a win, until the aliens fired back. A single beam wiped out their entire fleet. The world watched in awe and mayhem. The sky above Earth glowed with danger. The alien armada arrived, a swarm of massive ships blotting out the stars. Their hulls shimmered like black metal, each one larger than a city. In the war room, Jack stood before a giant screen, watching the fleet's movements. His heart pounded, but his face stayed calm. Soldiers and leaders looked to him, waiting for orders. The Earth Defense Coalition was ready, or as ready as it could be. Emma sat at a console, her fingers flying across keys. Screens showed data from satellites and telescopes. The Armada's in high orbit, she said. They're sending out smaller ships, drones, I think. Her voice was steady, but her hands shook. She'd never seen anything like this. Jack turned to Liam, who stood nearby with his new laser weapon. Are those ready? Jack asked. Liam nodded. We've got a dozen mounted on our best jets. They can disrupt the alien shields, but we need to hit them just right. Jack gave the order. Launch the fleet. Hit them hard and fast. Across the world, pilots ran to their jets. Hangars opened and sleek fighters roared into the sky. Some carried Liam's lasers, others had missiles and guns. The coalition's ships, a mix of designs from every nation, climbed toward space. It was humanity's first real fight against the aliens. In the war room, Emma watched the battle unfold on screens. The alien drones were fast, darting like insects. They fired beams of blue light, cutting through human jet-like paper. Pilots shouted over radios, their voices mixed with fear and courage. They're too quick, one yelled, before his signal went dead. Jack gripped the edge of a table, his eyes fixed on the screen. Use the lasers, he ordered. Aim for their shields. A squadron of jets, led by a skilled pilot named Mia, flew straight at a group of drones. Mia was young but fearless, her jet weaving through enemy fire. Firing now, she called. Her laser hit an alien drone, and its shield flickered, then failed. The drone exploded in a burst of light. Cheers erupted in the war room. Keep going, Jack said. Target the bigger ships. Mia's squadron pushed forward, aiming for a massive alien cruiser. Liam's lasers fired again, striking the cruiser's shield. It glowed bright, then dimmed. A missile followed, tearing into the ship's side. The cruiser tilted, smoke trailing as it drifted in order. Humanity had its first victory, but the aliens fought back. The Armada sent more drones, hundreds of them, moving in perfect patterns. They targeted the coalition's jets first, destroying dozens in minutes. On the ground, screens showed burning wrecks falling from the sky. Emma's stomach twisted. We're losing too many, she whispered. Jack stayed focused, regrouped the squadrons, protect the laser ships. Mia heard the order and rallied her team. Stay tight, she shouted. Her jet spun, dodging a beam that grazed her wing. She fired another laser, disabling a drone. But the aliens were learning. Their drones changed tactics, targeting the laser-equipped jets first. Mia's wingman went down in a fireball. In the war room, Emma noticed something. The alien signals shifted, becoming faster. She told Jack, they're adapting. They're changing their shields to block the lasers. Liam frowned. Already? I need more time to adjust the weapons. There's no time, Jack said. We hold them off now or lose everything. The battle raged for hours. Earth's fleet fought bravely, But the aliens were relentless. Cities below saw flashes in the sky, like a deadly fireworks show. News spread and people watched from shelters, praying for the pilots. Mia's squadron took heavy losses, but she kept fighting. Her jet scarred, but still flying. Finally, the aliens pulled back the drones. The Armada stayed in orbit, silent and menacing. Jack got it, the surviving jets to return. Only half came back. The war room was quiet, the air heavy with grief. Emma stared at the screens, tears in her eyes. Liam clenched his fist, angry at himself for not thinking better weapons. Jack spoke to the room. We hurt them. That cruiser's down. We show we can fight. But we lost so many, Emma said softly. Jack nodded. And we'll lose more. But we're not done. We learn, we improve, we hit harder next time. That night, Emma worked on the alien signals, searching for new weaknesses. Liam took apart Lizard, trying to make it stronger. Mia, back at the base, cleaned her dead and won her friends. Jack stood along, looking at the stars. The Armada was still there. Waiting, he knew the next battle would be bigger, deadlier. In cities, people cheered the small victory, but feared what was coming. The downed cruiser had crashed in an ocean, and teams were sent to study it. Emma got a message from the recovery team. They found alien tech, strange and glowing. She told Jack, "This can't help us." "Good," he said, "because they're not stopping, and neither are we." As dawn broke, a new alien signal came through. Emma decoded it. "You fought well. It changes nothing." The Armada ships began to move again, spreading out. Jack tightened his grip on his radio. The real war was about to start. The alien Armada loomed in the sky, a constant threat. After the first battle, Earth's people were shaken, but not broken. Cities buzzed with activity as the Earth Defense Coalition grew stronger. Factories worked day and night, building more of Liam's laser weapons. Volunteers trained as soldiers, and scientists studied the wreckage of the downed alien cruiser. Humanity was fighting back. In the war room, Jack planned the next move. Screens showed the Armada ships, still in orbit, waiting like predators. "They're testing us," Jack said. "We need to hit them before they hit us." He looked at Emma, who was studying new alien signals. "Anything useful?" he asked. Emma nodded. "I found a weak spot in their shields. There's a frequency that makes them unstable. If we can get close, we can break through." "How close?" Jack asked. "Very close," Emma said. "Inside one of their big ships." Jack frowned. It was a crazy idea, but crazy might work. He called Liam. "Can your lasers target that frequency?" Liam, working in a lab filled with wires and tools, wiped sweat from his face. "I think so. I'll need a few days to adjust them." "We don't have days," Jack said. "Do it faster." Meanwhile, a young pilot named Mia became a hero. After the first battle, her daring moves against the alien drones were on every news channel. People called her Starfire for her fearless flying. Mia didn't care about fame. She cared about winning. At a base, she trained new pilots, teaching them how to dodge alien beams. "Stay sharp," she told them. "Hesitate, and you're gone." But the aliens weren't idle. Their drones attacked again, hitting cities across the world. A port city burned as beams turned buildings to ash. Millions fled to shelters, carrying only what they could hold. News showed crying families in ruined homes. The coalition sent jets, but the drones were too fast. Mia led a squadron to fight them off, saving thousands, but the damage was done. Fear spread like wildfire. In the war room, leaders argued again. Some wanted to hide, others wanted to attack. Jack silenced them. We can't hide forever. We fight smart or we lose everything. He turned to Emma. Tell me about that weak spot again. Emma explained the alien command ship, the biggest in the Armada, controlled the drones. If they could get inside and disrupt its systems, the whole fleet might falter. It's risky, but it's our best shot. Jack formed a plan. A small team would sneak onto the command ship. He chose Mia for her flying skills, Liam for his tech knowledge, and Emma for her signal expertise. He'd lead them himself. We go in quiet, plant a virus, and get out fast. The team met at a secret launch site. Mia checked her stealth strip, a small fast craft built for space. Liam packed his tools and a new laser device. Emma carried a tablet with the virus called. Jack looked at them, his face hard but proud. This could change the war. Let's not mess it up. As they prepared, the alien struck again. A drone swarm hit a mountain base, destroying a factory, making Liam's lasers. The coalition fought back, but losses piled up. Jack got reports of failing defenses and panicking leaders. He ignored them, focusing on the mission. We do this and we give Earth a chance, he told the team. The night of the mission, the team boarded the stealth ship. Mia flew low, skimming Earth's atmosphere to avoid detection. The Armada's ships glowed about a wall of danger. Emma watched her tablet, tracking alien signals. They don't see us yet, she whispered. Liam clutched his laser, nervous but ready. The command ship was massive, like a floating city. Its hull was smooth, but no visible doors. Emma found a signal guiding drones in and out. A hidden hatch. Mia flew toward it, her hand steady on the controls. A drone passed close, its sensors scanning. Everyone held their breath. The drone moved on. Mia flipped through the hatch, landing inside a dark bay. The team stepped out, their boots echoing in the alien ship. Strange lights pulsed on the walls and a low hum filled the air. Emma checked her tablet. The main system's deep inside. Follow me, she said. Jack led the way, gun ready. Mia and Liam followed, eyes wide. The ship felt alive, its walls warm and humming. Emma's tablet guided them through twisting halls. They were alone. For now. Back on Earth, people watched the sky, knowing the mission was underway. City stayed dark, hiding from drones and shelters. Families prayed. The coalition prepared for the next attack, hoping the team would succeed. Jack's radio crackled. A general's voice came through. The Armada is moving. They're planning something big. Chet gripped his gun tighter. Then we hurry, he said. The team reached a steel door, the heart of the shed. Emma started hacking it. Light flashed red. Someone knew they were there. We're out of time, Jack said. The mission is just beginning, and danger is closing in. The alien command ship was a maze of glowing walls and strange machines. Jack led the team through its dark halls, his gun ready. Emma clutched her tablet, its screen showing the path to the ship's core. Mia scanned every corner, her pilot instincts sharp. Liam carried his laser device, sweating under its weight. The air was thick, humming with energy. They were deep inside the enemy's heart, and every step felt like a trap. Emma whispered, "The main system's close. We plant the virus there." Her virus, coded from alien signals, could disrupt the Armada's control. If it worked, the drones would falter, giving Earth a chance. But the ship was alive with danger. Lights pulse faster, like a heartbeat. They know we're here, Emma said. Jack nodded. Move fast, stay quiet. The team crept through a narrow tunnel. Strange symbols glowed on the walls, their meaning unknown. Mia's flashlight caught a glint. Something moved ahead. Drones, she hissed. Two small machines floated toward them, their lenses glowing red. Jack signaled to freeze. The drone scanned, then drifted away. The team exhaled, hearts pounding. At a massive door, Emma hacked the controls. Her tablet beeped as she broke through alien codes. The door split open, revealing a huge chamber. Towers of blinking lights rose to the ceiling, connected by cables that pulsed like veins. This is it, Emma said. The core. Liam set up his laser to guard the door. If they come, I'll hold them off, he said. Mia checked her pistol, ready to fight. Jack stood watch as Emma plugged her tablet into a glowing panel. Lines of code flashed across her screen. It's working, she said. The virus is uploading. But the ship fought back. Alarms blared, a harsh sound that shook the walls. Red lights flashed, and a new noise came, clanking like metal feet. Defenses, Mia shouted. 4 alien drones entered, their bodies sleek and sharp. They fired beams of blue light. Jack dove behind a tower, shooting back. His bullets sparked, but did no damage. Liam, use the laser, Jack yelled. Liam aimed his device and fired. A beam hit a drone, frying its circuits. It crashed, smoking. Mia shot another, aiming for its glowing lens. The drone spun and fell, but more were coming. Emma typed faster, sweat dripping down her face. Almost done, she called. Jack threw a grenade, blasting 2 drones to pieces. The explosion shook the chamber and a cable snapped, sparking wildly. Hurry, Emma. Then a new signal appeared on Emma's tablet. She froze. This is bad, she said. The ship sending a message to the Armada. She decoded quickly. The aliens needed Earth's water and minerals to save their dying world. Conquest wasn't just power. It was survival. Her hands shook, but she kept working. Virus is in, she said. It's spreading. The drone stopped, their lights flickering. The virus was working, confusing the ship systems, but the victory came at a cost. A hidden panel opened and a massive drone emerged, its body covered in blades. It charged at Liam. He fired his laser, but the drone was too fast. It slashed and Liam fell. Blood pooled under him. Liam, Mia screamed, firing at the drone. Jack tackled it, smashing his gun into its core. The drone sparked and died, but Liam wasn't moving. Emma rushed to him, tears in her eyes. He's gone, she whispered. Jack pulled her up. We have to go, now. The ship shook as the virus spread. Lights flickered and walls sparked. The team ran back through the halls, dodging falling debris. Mia led the way, her flashlight cutting through the dark. Drones chased them, slower now, their movements were jerky. The virus was working, but the ship was fighting to survive. They reached the stealth ship in the bay. Mia jumped into the pilot's seat, starting the engines. Emma strapped in, clutching her tablet. Jack carried Liam's laser, his face grim. Let's move, he said. Mia flew out of the hatch, the command ship shrinking behind them. Explosions lit up its hole as the virus spread. In the Armada, drones spun out of control, crashing into each other. The coalition's jets, watching from afar, cheered over the radio. The plan had worked. But the cost was heavy. Emma stared at the empty seat where Liam should have been. She said he saved us. She softly. Jack nodded, his eyes hard. And we'll make it count. Back on Earth, the war room erupted in shears. A screen showed the Armada's chaos. The drones were weaker, the ship slower. Jack's radio crackled with reports. The coalition was ready to strike again. Emma checked her tablet, pulling data from the command ship. She said, there's more here. Their weapons, their plans. We can use this. Jack looked at her. Good, because this isn't over. As the cell ship landed, the Armada regrouped in North Bay. The virus had hurt them, but they were still strong. On Earth, the people watched the sky, hope rising, but fear still heavy. The team stepped out, greeted by soldiers. Mia left her eyes, ready to fly again. Emma held her tablet, determined to learn more. Jack stood tall, knowing the hardest fight was coming. The alien Armada was wounded but not defeated. The virus from the command ship had slowed their drones and disrupted the fleet, but the massive ships still darkened Earth's skies. In the war room, Jack studied maps and screens, his face lined with exhaustion. The Earth's Defense Coalition had a chance now, but it was small. "We hit them with everything we've got," he said. "One big strike." Emma sat at her console, analyzing data stolen from the alien ship. Her eyes widened. "They're building a superweapon," she said. "Something that could destroy Earth in one shot." She showed Jack a signal from the Armada's flagship, a massive energy spike. "It's almost ready." Jack clenched his jaw. "Then we stop it, now." Across the world, the coalition prepared. Factories churned out more of Liam's laser weapons, improved with Emma's data. Pilots trained in simulators, learning to fight the alien drones. Civilians helped, building defenses and donating supplies. Hope grew, but so did fear. The aliens' attacks had left cities in ruins, and millions lived in shelters, watching the sky for danger. Mia, now a leader among the pilots, worked tirelessly. Her jet, scarred from battles, was fitted with a new laser. She trained her squadron, pushing them hard. "This is it," she told them. "We fly, we fight, we win, or there's nothing left." Her voice was steady, but she missed Liam. His sacrifice drove her to keep going. Emma shared her findings with the coalition. The superweapon was on the flagship, the Armada's biggest ship. "If we destroy it, the Armada might retreat," she said. Jack formed a plan, a massive space battle to distract the fleet, while a small team boarded the flagship to stop the weapon. He said, "I'll lead the boarding team." Mia volunteered to fly the men. Emma would ride from the war room, using her data to track the flagship systems. The coalition launched its attack. At dawn, hundreds of jets and ships roared into space, a mix of every nation's best. Mia led the charge, her squadron cutting through alien drones. Lasers lit up the dark, striking shields and hulls. The Armada fought back as drones faster than before, their beams slicing through coalition ships. The sky burned with explosions visible from Earth below. In the war room, Emma watched the battle on screens. Her tablet showed the flagship's position, a giant shadow among the stars. She sent coordinates to Mia's ship. "You're close," Emma said over the radio. "The docking bay is on the left side." Mia stalked the ship, darted through the chaos, dodging beams and debris. Jack sat beside her, checking his gun. The boarding team, 6 soldiers trained for close contact, gripped their weapons. "Get us in, Mia," Jack said. She nodded, her hands tight on the controls. The Armada's flagship was a fortress, its hull thick and glowing. Mia found the docking bay, a small opening guarded by drones. She fired her laser, disabling 2, and slipped inside. The team landed in a dark honey chamber. "Go," Jack ordered. They ran into the ship halls, glided by Emma's voice. Emma's screens showed the battle outside. The coalition was holding, but barely. Mia's squadron fought fiercely, destroying drones, but losing ships. "Keep them busy," Emma told the fleet. "Jack needs time." Inside the flagship, Jack's team moved fast. The halls are like the command ship, glowing, alive, and dangerous. Drones intact, and their blades was sharp. Jack's team fought back, using lasers and grenades. One soldier fell, hit by a beam. Jack gritted his teeth and pushed on. "Stay focused," he said. Anna's tablet picked up a new signal. The super weapon was charging. "Jack, you've got minutes," she warned. "It's in the central chamber." She sent a map of the ship's layout, guiding them through twisting halls. The team reached a massive door, sealed tight. Jack planted explosives, and the door blew open. Beyond it was a huge chamber, the super weapon at its center. It was a glowing ore, pulsing with energy connected to cables as thick as trays. Guards, tall armored aliens, stood ready
Jack's clean opened fire, but the aliens were strong, their weapons deadly. 2 more soldiers were down. Outside, Mia's squadron faced a new wave of drones. "We're getting hampered," a pilot shouted. Mia weaved through beams, spying her laser. "Hold the line," she yelled. Her jet was ticking ahead, its tongue, but she kept biting. On Earth, people watched the battle and screamed, cheering and praying. Jack faced the last alien guard, a towering glory with a glowing blade. They clashed, Jack dodging about and shot his chest, dropping it. The super weapon hummed louder, its light blinding. Emma's was echoed through his radio. "Jack, it's now or never."
The flagship's central tamer glowed with the superweapon's eerie light. Jack faced the alien commander, a towering figure with sharp claws and glowing eyes. Its armor gleamed and its voice hissed through a translator. "You cannot stop us." Jack gripped his gun, heart pounding. The super weapon hummed louder, ready to fire and destroy Earth. Time was running out. Outside, in the chaos of space, Mia led her squadron against a swarm of alien drones. Her jet was damaged, smoke trailing from one engine. "Stay sharp," she shouted over the radio. Her pilots fought bravely, their lasers cutting through drones. But the Armada was relentless. Beams lit up the dark, and coalition ships exploded one by one. Mia's screen showed the flagship, where Jack's team was fighting. "Hold on, Jack," she whispered, dodging another beam. In the war room, Emma watched the battle on her screens, her hands trembling. Her tablet showed the super weapon's energy spiking. "Jack, you've got seconds," she said through his radio. She sent the last of her data, a map of the weapon's core. "There's a panel on the side. Open it, plant the explosive." Jack ducked as the alien commander swung its claw. He fired, but the bullets bounced off its armor. The commander lunged, knocking the gun from his hand. Jack rolled, grabbing a fallen soldier's laser. He fired, hitting the alien's shoulder. It roared, staggering but not falling. Jack ran toward the superweapon, its light blinding him. The chamber shook as the weapon powered up. Jack found the panel Emma described and pried it open. Inside, a glowing crystal pulsed. The core. He pulled his last grenade, but the commander charged, slamming him against the wall. Pain shot through Jack's ribs. He kicked the alien back, gasping for breath. In space, Mia's squadron was crumbling. "We can't hold much longer," a pilot yelled. Mia saw the flagship's lights flicker. The superweapon was active. She made a choice. "Cover me," she told her team. She flew straight at the flagship, aiming for its weapon bay. "If Jack fails, we stop it from here." She pilots followed her, sacrificing their jets to protect her. On Earth, people watched the sky, screens showing the battle. Cities were quiet, shelters patched with families holding each other. The coalition's leaders stood in the war room, eyes on Emma. "Can they do it?" a general asked. Emma didn't answer, her focus on her tablet. "Come on, Jack." Jack fully leaned, Commander, his strength fading. The alien swung again, but Jack dodged and fired the laser into its chest. The commander fell, its armor smoking. Jack stumbled to the super weapon, his vision blurry. He jammed the grenade into the core and pulled the pin. A warning blared. The weapon was about to fire. "Emma, it's done!" Jack shouted into his radio. "Get everyone out!" He ran for the exit, but the alien grabbed his leg, pulling him down. The alien was dying but wouldn't let go. Jack kicked free, sprinting as the chamber glowed brighter. The grenade exploded, shattering the core. The super weapon sparked and died, its hum fading.
The flagship shook violently. Outside, Mia saw explosions ripple across its hull. Jack did it, she shouted. But the Armada fought on. Drones swarming her squadron. Mia's Jack took another hit, alarm screaming. She flew into the flagship's bay, firing her laser to clear a path. Get out, Jack, she radioed. Jack reached the docking bay, the last of his 10 behind him. The stealth ship was waiting, but the bay was collapsing. Because Chet swooped in, drawing drone fire. Go, she yelled. Jack's team boarded, but because Jack was hit again, she ejected her pod, tumbling into space. A coalition ship grabbed her just in time. The flagship exploded, a massive fireball landing up the sky. The Armada drones froze, then scattered. Without the flagship, the fleet was lost. The remaining alien ships turned and fled, disappearing into deep space. Cheers erupted in the war room, on the coalition ships, and in shelters worldwide. Jack's ship landed on Earth, battered but safe. He stepped out, bruised and tired. Emma ran to him, tears in her eyes. She said, "You did it." Jack nodded, looking at the sky. "We all did." Mia, rescued and alive, joined them at the base. Her face was pale, but she smiled. "We showed them," she said. "The cost was heavy, Liam, countless pilots, and cities in ruins. But humanity had won. The Armada was gone." Days later, the world began to rebuild. Emily used alien tech to improve Earth's defenses. Now when the alien flight returned, Mia trained new pilots. Her courage inspired others. Jack met with leaders planning a stronger coalition. People emerged from shelters, rebuilding homes and lives. The sky was clear again, stars shining without fear. In a quiet moment, Jack and Mia stood on the hill, looking at the horizon. "We lost so much," Emma said softly. "But we gained something too," Jack said. "We're on the world now." Mia nodded and we'll be ready when they come back. The stars twinkled above, peaceful but watchful.